Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just a real Senior Stoner back at you for the High Five Duo Dab of the Day. Hello, everybody. Today is Friday, early evening. Well, remember the saying, if you learn how to ride a bike, you can always ride a bike? You know what I mean? If you learn how to do it at a young age, the sport, in many cases, you can do it again. After years of not doing it, you can do it again. Maybe not as well, but you can do it. If you were a swimmer, somebody throws you into the lake, you're not going to drown, I hope. Think about it. What about professional sports people? Team sports, contact sports. You play these sports for years and then you don't play them. But if you got together in an organized fashion with a group of men or women in a similar sport, you could still do it because you've done it before. And there are tons of sports. From the general sport, there was a cage ball at my camp, 12-foot round, and everybody kind of had to hit it up with their fingertips. That's the ultimate in team, to maybe golf or pool, the ultimate in individual. Of course, the ultimate physical individual sports like swimming and things like that. But what I'm trying to get to is that athletes, but sports allow you to have practice, allow you to get good, permit you to get great. And even many people in this world we've seen gone more than great. So one of the 10 million, you know what I'm talking about. The pinnacle of their sports. There's muscle memory. I was taught at camp golf. And golf, you had to swing a certain way, but you also had a grip. And I was reading as a young man that it was the millimeters that mattered with golf, because you were throwing it away on such a trajectory, hundreds of yards away, that even a little bit meant a yard on the green. So small movements meant a lot. But man, that came with training. You didn't know that right away. But after practice, after competition, you would get really good at it. Your health, our health, not like sports. I don't believe it is. Especially when things happen. You don't have the ability to say, oh, done that before. You could be the Michael Jordan of back pain, but when it came to your tooth, you might not be able to handle it. You'd fall in the water and you would drown. You wouldn't be able to tread water even. Think about it. The things that life throws at you are so, with our health, are, especially with painful things, are so different than the things we could practice for. Okay? Because truthfully, when you get really good at one, you're the Tiger Woods of your illness. Something else could happen. So, is it better living? Is it healthier living? I'm sure all that has a lot to do with things. But when they happen, it's different than planning for them to happen, is what I'm trying to say. And that is truly what defines us and how you have to look at it. This is, unfortunately, sharp edges, short periods of time, spanned apart, I would hope, but sometimes condensed. They're sharp edges, and you have to find a way to deal with the sharp edges. Sports, unless you're injured, I don't think it's a sharp edge like that. I think it's doing your sport well and doing it very well. I'm not an athlete, but it seems to me that it would be something you would do and you would continue to do, and you'd be really good at it and you would continue to do it more. Things that happen to our health, there's unfortunately no way to practice for them. You think you have it licked because you've practiced or you've dealt with whatever thing was hitting you. And then something else hits you, okay? Not like sports, you're not trained for it unless you take on multiple sports like baseball and basketball at the same time. That's possible too. But it's still a sport that you're trained for. This is stuff nobody's trained for. And that's the issue. That's the thing. whether it defines us, maybe it's a very big statement, but that's the thing that's out there, and that's more important right now to recognize, is that you're pushing through, and there is cyclical living, and we do have the Ferris wheel. We do have hope and opportunity, no matter how bad it gets, and it can get bad with multiple things. You have it. Cheers, everybody. The Real Senior Stoner. Have a great night. Cheers.